They said Aunty Fola was a woman blessed by the gods themselves. Her skin glowed like morning sunlight, her smile melted the hardest hearts, and her perfume lingered in the air long after she passed. Everywhere she went, eyes followed her. Women admired her grace, men whispered her name with longing. And though she had lived in Akinle Town for more than 30 years, she still looked barely 30. Children grew up, married, and had children of their own, but Aunty Fola never changed. Her skin remained smooth, her steps light, her laughter youthful. And her wealth endless. She owned the largest house in Akinle, a white mansion with golden gates. She owned half the shops in the market. Her cars shone brighter than the chief's crown. Yet no one could say exactly how she made her money. When asked, she would smile that slow, knowing smile and say, "Oh, my dear, when you serve a living God, He will beautify you." And everyone would nod and say, "Amen." But when she passed, they whispered, "Which kind God be that one way no let person old?" In Akinle, gossip flowed faster than the river. And for years, they gossiped about Aunty Fola. Some said she had a secret husband abroad who sent her riches. Others said she had a charm that made men give her whatever she wanted. But the boldest whisper of all came from an old hunter named Adunni. He swore he had seen her one midnight, walking toward the river, barefoot, carrying a covered calabash. She goes there when the moon is full, he told anyone who would listen. She sings to something in the water. And when she returns, the fishes stop biting for 7 days. People laughed at him. "Old man, go and sleep. Maybe you saw a ghost." But one woman listened, and her name was Adunni. Adunni was Aunty Fola's closest friend, or so she thought. They had known each other since girlhood, though Aunty Fola had always been the shining one. Adunni was warm, plump, and full of laughter. She sold fabrics at the market, and everyone loved her cheerful spirit. When her husband died young, it was Aunty Fola who paid for the funeral, who helped her rebuild her shop, who always brought gifts and comfort. "Oh, my Fola," Adunni would say. "You are a true sister." And Fola would smile softly. "Sister, yes. Always." But lately, Adunni had begun to notice strange things. When they sat together, Fola never ate much, only sipped palm wine slowly, as if tasting the air. She wore no jewelry except a single blue stone around her neck, a stone that seemed to shimmer faintly, even in the dark. And sometimes, when she laughed, there was something too smooth, too perfect in the sound, like a flute played by wind. Still, Adunni loved her friend. Until one night changed everything. That night, the moon was full, round and bright as a calabash. Adunni had gone to deliver fabric to a customer near the edge of town. On her way back, she passed by the road leading to the river. And there she saw her, Aunty Fola, dressed in white, carrying a covered calabash, walking barefoot toward the water. Adunni froze. At first, she wanted to call out, but something stopped her. Fola moved differently that night, her steps slow and graceful, as if dancing to a rhythm only she could hear. Curiosity burned in Adunni's chest. She followed quietly, hiding behind trees and rocks, her heart beating like a talking drum. When they reached the riverbank, Fola knelt and placed the calabash before her. She began to hum the soft, haunting tune that made the air tremble. The water stirred. Adunni gasped softly. From the dark river, something rose, something vast and shimmering. It had no clear shape, only the glint of scales, eyes like moons, and a voice like wind through reeds. Fola, it whispered. And Aunty Fola bowed low. My lord, I have brought your food. She opened the calabash. Inside was meat, raw, red, and glistening. Adunni covered her mouth, stifling a scream. The thing in the water laughed softly. You have done well, my beautiful one. Fola smiled. You promised me youth and wealth forever. And you shall have it, the voice said. As long as you keep feeding me what I desire. And what is that? She asked. You know, it hissed gently. You always know. The young, the pure, the hopeful. They taste like dawn. Adunni stumbled back, trembling. Aunty Fola turned sharply. Who's there? Adunni hid behind a tree, heart racing. For a moment, Fola's eyes glowed faintly, silver in the moonlight. She stared into the trees, listening. Then she whispered something in a language Adunni didn't understand. The river went still. After a while, Fola gathered the empty calabash and left, her step soft as smoke. Only when she was gone did Adunni dare to move. She ran all the way home, her breath ragged, her heart full of fear. The next day, the market buzzed with news. Another child was missing. A young girl named Sod, last seen selling oranges near the big tree. The same tree near the path to the river. Adunni's hands shook as she arranged her fabrics. She couldn't stop thinking of what she saw. Could it be true? Could her friend, her beloved Fola, be offering people to that thing? She tried to reason with herself. No. Maybe I imagined it. Maybe it was just an animal in the river. Maybe. But deep down, she knew. And that night, when she closed her eyes, she dreamed of the river. It called her name. Adunni. She saw Fola standing in the water, smiling with sharp, shining teeth. For days, Adunni avoided Fola's mansion. But Fola came to her shop one afternoon, as radiant as ever. Adunni, you've been hiding from me, she said lightly, her smile dazzling. Adunni forced a shaky laugh. Oh, my sister, business has been keeping me busy. Fola touched her cheek. You look tired. You must come to my house tonight. I have something special to show you. Her eyes gleamed. Adunni hesitated. Tonight. It's late. Nonsense. You'll love it. And just like that, Fola was gone, her perfume lingering in the air. Adunni's stomach knotted. She knew she shouldn't go, but she also knew Fola would come for her if she refused. So when the moon rose, she wrapped a shawl around her shoulders and went. The mansion was quiet. Too quiet. The gates opened by themselves. Inside, the air was cool and heavy with incense. Candles flickered in golden stands, and strange symbols glowed faintly on the walls. Fola, she called softly. No answer. She walked deeper inside, her slipper silent on the marble floor. Then she heard humming, the same haunting tune from the river. It came from the backyard. She followed it, and froze. Aunty Fola stood by a pool, the water dark and still, glowing faintly under the moonlight. She wore a white wrapper that clung to her body, her hair unbound and wet. In her hands, she held a bowl of milk. As Adunni watched, Fola poured it into the pool. The water rippled, and a voice whispered, "My wife." Adunni gasped. Fola turned slowly, her face calm. "You shouldn't have come, Adunni." What are you doing?" Adunni stammered. Fola sighed. "You wouldn't understand. I saw you at the river." Adunni cried. "You're feeding that thing. Children are missing, Fola." Fola's eyes softened, almost sadly. "Do you think wealth is free, Adunni? Do you think beauty lasts without sacrifice? The river gave me everything: youth, riches, love. In return, I give what it asks." Tears filled Adunni's eyes. "That's not a god, Fola. That's evil." Fola smiled faintly. "Evil is a matter of hunger, my dear. Even the gods must eat." She reached out her hand. "Come. The river loves loyal friends. Join me. You'll never grow old, never suffer again." Adunni stepped back. "Never." Something in Fola's eyes shifted. The warmth vanished. "Then you leave me no choice," she whispered. The pool began to churn. A cold wind swept through the yard. From the water rose a shadow, tall, scaled, glimmering with silver eyes. Adunni fell to her knees, praying aloud. "God of mercy, save me." The creature hissed. "She defies us." But before it could move, Adunni snatched a burning candle from the altar and flung it into the pool. There was a blinding flash. The creature screamed, a terrible, piercing sound. The water boiled and turned red. Fola screamed too, clutching her chest. The blue stone around her neck shattered. The house trembled. Adunni ran, stumbling through smoke and heat, out through the gate, into the night. Behind her, the mansion burst into flames. By dawn, all that remained was ash and silence. The people of Akinle gathered, whispering, "What happened?" Some said it was a gas explosion. Others said it was lightning. No one saw Fola again. But when Adunni returned days later to the riverbank, she found something lying in the sand, a single blue stone, half buried, glimmering faintly under the sun. She picked it up, her hand trembling. The water rippled gently, and for a moment, she thought she heard a voice whisper, "Thank you, sister." Then the river went still. Years passed. Akinle slowly forgot. New traders came, new stories replaced old ones. But sometimes, when the moon was full, people swore they saw a woman in white standing by the river, her face half hidden by mist. Some said it was Fola, begging for release. Others said it was the river spirit, waiting for a new bride. But Adunni knew. She would sit outside her small shop at night, looking toward the river's glow, whispering prayers for her lost friend. And she would tell her daughter, "Child, never envy what you do not understand. Some beauty shines from heaven. Some shines from the deep, and both demand something in return. Not all that glitters is a blessing. Some gifts come wrapped in shadows, and some promises carry hunger in their hearts. Beware the kind of beauty that never fades, for it may be fed by something that never dies." Please let us know where you are watching from. Leave a comment below. We love to hear from you. Please like the video and share with your family and friends. Please also subscribe to this channel so we can bring more videos to you. Thanks for being part of us.